This is another deck profile. This is my Kagero deck. It's called D.D.R or Dauntless Dancer Reverse. So it's my Dauntless deck. So Dauntless Dominate, Dauntless Drive, and it's teched out with a whole bunch of Dragon Dancers because there's one thing better than stomping your opponent's face in, and it's doing it while swagging and looking good. So here, let's take a look at the deck, and we'll start out with the Forerunner. So the Forerunner is Red Pulse Draco Kid. So you want to search out those grade 3s because cross riding and break riding is really important in this deck. So you want to try and get your hands on a Dauntless Drive Dragon as quick as possible and hope for the best on that. So next up we have grade 1s. So we have a full playset of Dragon Dancer Marias, and best looking perfect card that Kagero has, and one of the best looking perfect cards in the game, quite honestly. And it's one of the part of the things that gives this deck its namesake. And then next up, the 7 to 10k attacker for Dauntless Drive Dragon. So we have Diablo Drive. So it's basically a tech spot. You can put whatever you want in it, along the lines of Seal Dragon Cursies or Gojos. I chose Diablo Drive just because of its 7 to 10k, and like if I'm running low on attackers, I can always move it up to the front, put that behind a bar, make 18 columns, hit hard and fast, and just wreck face. And then speaking of bar, full playset, Embodiment of Armor bar, because 8k vanilla makes 18k column like that behind Diablo Drive, and makes 21 behind a crossride body, which is really good, especially if you're facing crossrides. It's not too relevant coming up in the upcoming Legion meta, but it's still pretty solid. And then next up, you have your Lizard Soldier Groms, which damage flipping, pretty solid, and pretty necessary with all the counterblasts that are in here. You don't need it, but it's really, really nice to have to be able to spam those abilities. And then upcoming on grade 2s here, another one of the namesakes, Dragon Dancer Arabella. Got a full playset. Then with her, Counterblast 1, give 5,000 power to a Flame Dragon as your Vanguard. And just about all the things that you want to ride as your Vanguard here are Flame Dragons, so it makes an excellent card to run. And especially if you're locking stuff for Dauntless Dauntless Dominate. So then you can play it, lock your Vanguard booster, and you're still swinging for 16k, or 19k, or no, 18k, if you have it properly cross-ridden. Then next up, staple card in Dauntless decks is your Dominate Drive Dragon, your 9 to 12k attacker. It's pretty solid. And then next up, grade 2 tech spot. I chose 3 Berserk Dragons, just because you want to control that, you really want to control that field. And what I found with Dauntless Dominate is it has trouble picking off that front row. So if your opponent has an annoying grade 2 front row, or you want to pick something off early, Dauntless, Berserk Dragon works really well in combination with that. And before we get into the grade 3s, I'm going to check out the triggers. 12 crits. Pretty powerful. It's the power standard in Vanguard. So, for people who aren't so big on drawing cards and just like to win and double crit people, it's nice, it's flashy, and it wins you a lot of games that you probably shouldn't have, and it boosts your record, makes you more likely for prizing during tournaments and such. And then we have more of the deck's namesake. 2 of each of the Dragon Dancer heal triggers, Dragon Dancer Barbara and Dragon Dancer Therese. And looking very good there. And then to round the deck off, we have our 4 Dauntless Dominate Dragon Reverse. That's not your main ride target, but it's really good. It's your cross ride target for sure. And it's one of the stronger effects that Kagero has that doesn't involve restanding, and it's quite nice when you start You cross ride it, break ride it, and you're picking off up to 4 cards on one turn because of this guy right here, your Dauntless Drive Dragon. Now, in my opinion, this is the best break ride for Kagero. Second is Overlord, just because of the cross rides with its break rides there. Yeah, the cross ride with the break ride and Rebirth being pretty decent, but still Dauntless Drive. You can go straight forward, pull 4 crits in an attack, or get a bunch of not triggers and use your Dauntless Dominate, just wipe their field. It's wonderful, and like usually they can't come back from that because you've wiped out all of their rear guard. So this guy, big guy, favorite card, probably. Like if anything was going to be like my avatar card as far as Kagero, it would be Dauntless Drive Dragon. And straight up, yeah, it's not the best in terms of numbers or card advantage, but as far as getting that crucial pressure on your opponent's Vanguard and possibly pushing for game, there's nothing better than Dauntless Drive Dragon. Alrighty, so this is D.D.R, Dauntless Dancer Reverse. Expect to see some more, just more content based around this deck as well, and Neo Dote, and some of the other stuff that I have. And we'll get some more deck profiles going with some of the other guys. And yeah, pretty much. Gary's signing off here, and don't forget to imagine the victory.